Three trees behind every Flutter frame. You only see one. When you look at your Flutter code, you see one tree, your widget tree. Rows, columns, containers, all nested inside each other. But behind the scenes, Flutter is maintaining three trees simultaneously. And understanding all three is the difference between debugging a layout issue in 5 minutes versus 5 hours. There is not one tree, there are three. I used to think the widget tree is what you see on screen. I wrote widgets, they appeared simple, but then I noticed something weird. I'd rebuild a widget, completely new instance, but the animation on screen continued smoothly. The scroll position didn't reset, the text field kept its value. If the widget is completely destroyed, how does the text field keep its scroll position and text? The answer: the widget was destroyed, but the element, the thing holding the state, was not. I used to think destroying a widget meant destroying the UI. I panicked. About 60 rebuilds per second. Think of Flutter like a construction site. You're the architect, and there are 3 teams working on every project. The architect draws blueprints. That's your widget. The foreman manages the work, stays on site, holds the clipboard. That's your element. And the builder lays bricks and paints walls. That's your render object. Tree 1, the widget tree. This is your blueprint stack. It's what you write. Every time you call setState, Flutter prints an entire new set of blueprints. Cheap paper. Easy to reprint. That's why rebuilds are fast. You're just reprinting paper. Tree 2, the element tree. These are the foremen standing at each construction spot. When new blueprints arrive, they don't leave. They stay at their position, look at the new blueprint, and decide. Same type of work, I'll update. Different type? Then I'll swap out. The element is mutable. It stays on site. It holds the state. Tree 3, the RenderObject Tree. These are the craftsmen who actually measure, cut, and paint. They take orders from the foreman. They handle layout and paint. They're expensive to create and slow to move. That's why Flutter tries to reuse them whenever possible. So the complete flow is, you redraw the blueprints. The foreman compares old versus new, and only tells the builder to change what's actually different. Widget configures. Element manages. RenderObject paints. When new blueprints arrive, the foreman uses a simple rule to decide, keep or replace. Same type, same key? Keep the foreman. Update the instructions. In code, that's oldWidget.runTimeType equals newWidget.runTimeType and oldWidget.key equals newWidget.key. This 2-line function called canUpdate controls everything. Let me prove it. On the left, every time build runs, a completely new widget instance is created. But on the right, in Flutter DevTools, toggle Show Element Tree, you'll see the element has the same memory address across rebuilds. New widget instance every frame, same element memory address. That's why state survives. One important nuance. Not every widget creates a render object. Stateless widget is compositional. It creates an element, but no builder. It's just middle management. Only RenderObject widget subclasses, like padding, which creates render padding, get an actual builder that does real layout and painting. So here's the complete map. Widget equals blueprint equals immutable config. Element equals foreman equals mutable manager. RenderObject equals builder equals layout and paint. 3 trees, 1 screen. Blueprints get replaced. Foremen stay. Builders paint. Next up, the red flag. Why setState is used wrong by almost every Flutter developer. See you in the next video.